Hello everyone, welcome back to my Modernizing Donner Pass series here on Train Simulator 2020. Goodness gracious, 2 months has been a long time, and I apologize seriously to everyone who's looked up to this series, everyone who's asked me questions over the past few episodes. It's just been humbling to know that a lot of people have really cared about the series, and now that it's middle summer and my school plans are just kind of falling apart, I'm back trying to make the most out of this series. So again, thanks for those who have been waiting patiently. I'm hoping that I will have more time on my hands to do this. This is such a huge project, and it really occurred to me the other day that this is going to be so difficult just by, to complete this as one single person and to not have a team helping me do this route. I mean, this is episode 9, and yeah, I did go through a complete redo. This is a new map that I think I started around episode 6 or 7, I forget which episode. That's kind of pushed this project back a lot, but at the same time too, just kind of life plans have been a bit weird and just not sure what I'm going to be doing and what's going on. So but hopefully I can get back to getting onto this route at least once or twice a week, so I can make some progress. But we are here still in Sparks Yard, and just to kind of let everyone know, not much really happened between this episode and the last episode. I think I added some small business on the other side of Sparks Yard, but I'll maybe show that in another video if I work in that area. But we are working here in Sparks Yard in this little intermodal container area, and yes, Sparks Yard has one. It's very small though. There's this single track here, which is for, I believe, the trailers. This is the ramp that they will use to load the flatbeds up. Also, I'll point out here, for some reason I was having horrible frame drops, and you can see right here the screen freezes, and I had no idea why it was doing that until I realized that apparently their Steam was still giving a game an update or something, or it was doing its allocating space, whatever, for a game update. So I was having horrible frame drops, and I was getting concerned as to whether or not maybe I was pushing the limits on this route, but thankfully that wasn't the case. So later on I figured out that issue, so the footage will seem a little bit smoother, because obviously I canceled that update. But anyways, so yeah, it's a small intermodal trailer kind of park. A lot of these assets that I'm using are from the Chicago route, which is cool. They have a lot of these trailer chassis, which are scattered all over the place in this area. So I was able to place a lot of those down and put them along the track here. And yeah, I was surprised too. I thought the orange, the white, the blue, and I don't know what the green is the other color. I didn't think those were actual trailer chassis colors until I looked at the Google Map overlay and realized, oh, that is a thing. So I went a little overboard there and placed a lot. And apparently the prop detail number for a lot of these trailer chassis, they're not working for whatever reason, as you can see when I move the slider. So hopefully those won't cause a issue with frame drops or anything like that. But there you go. Placed a lot of those down. I also placed a lot of the Railworks Community Asset Project trailers down because they're, once again, super detailed. They work. I'm trying to use, at this point I'm committed to using that third-party asset pack. So hopefully the process on getting this route and getting the asset pack won't be such of an issue for majority of the Train Simulator community. But yeah, this is, like I said, this episode's basically just me working in this area. I don't really venture out anywhere else, just because, again, I hadn't touched this route in 2 months. So just kind of starting small, just so I can kind of get the creative juices moving in my brain again. As you can see, I'm getting carried away with those trailer chassis. And another thing, the Chicago route is saving the day today, which is unbelievable. I did not think that those container cranes existed, but they did. So there's 2 versions of that from the Chicago route. There's one where it's just the relaxed crane, and then there's the other one where its arm is stretched out there. So I thought that was really cool. It's a nice little detail, and it fits the area nicely. And I worked a little bit behind that Sparks Yard station or control tower over there. I didn't really complete it. I didn't add much cars there or anything like that, but there's a few buildings I decided I'd place while I was looking through sheds and such for the area. But yeah, Sparks Yard is definitely going to take a lot of time, especially everything south of the tracks. That's my Achilles heel at the moment. I'm not really fond of working on anything on that area. It's just hard to find the right building props and what I want to make out of the area and how much I want to detail it. So it's just been kind of a mess, and I'd like to make it look detailed, but at the same time it's not necessary to do that. So it's just this hard middle ground as well, which is kind of annoying. All right, so we go back to this ramp, and I changed this ramp a bit because I realized that there was one side, it's a wider ramp to start with, but one side of the ramp is for loading the rail cars, and then the other one's actually taking the containers off the trailer, or maybe putting it on the trailer. For some reason, it just didn't make sense in my head how this whole process works on loading the flat cars. So, and then here I put one of the trailer chassis down from the Chicago route, and then one of the semi-tractors from the Railworks Community Asset Project pack. And these don't really line up that well, I realized. There's some scaling issues, but I did, you'll see here, I scaled up the trailer chassis, which makes it look a lot better. And again, just kind of add some detail as well. I believe that semi-truck does have working headlights. So I think it's clear to see them at night, but at least it provides some detail, making it look like the truck's on, and there's some active, work being done. And there's also some, what are they called? Flood lamps, I believe, or yard lamps, I guess. There's a few of those in this area, and I think I got that from the Montana Highline route. There's a few yard lamps from other routes as well, but they just didn't really fit as good as those Highline ones. And then a little detail here, just adding this guardrail around the lamp. I don't think it's tough to curve that guardrail anymore because the splines, I think that's the sharpest radius you can do on the spline, so you can't really do a full circle, a tight circle around that light post. But that's always a nice detail around poles and lamp posts and busy industrial areas, I've noticed. So that, I think, provides a nice touch to that area. And here we're adding the fence. There is a line of fences here between the rails and the road, and then there's also a ton of shrubs and trees, which you'll see me put later on. But this is also the location, I believe, where all the semi-trucks and trailers arrive to this little yard. There is a gate there by the road for this little access road, but it's kind of hard to model that, so I think just keeping it open there was good enough. And I kind of played around with these road splines here. It was a perfect road spline. I wasn't sure if I was going to use that broken up asphalt spline, but I think that road spline was from Montana Highline, and the colors just matched perfectly to the surrounding brush layer that I used around it, so I thought that was good. Obviously more fences, and these are from the Railworks Community Asset Project pack, which are, I believe, the best fence splines out there. I think there is one other route that could come very close, but those are just detailed really well. I forgot who made this comment, but someone said that you can easily use the offset tool to place these crossing panels in. I believe if you just set the offset to like 0.000001, you just do that repeatedly, it pretty much centers the offset to the center of whatever spline you have. So I did that, and that worked pretty well. And then just touching it up with a few cross bucks as well with the stop sign, which I think is a nice, again, just a nice touch to it. And then I continued the fences all the way down the line. I did look on Google Maps, and it was just a normal fence. It wasn't even a fence with the barbed wire on top of it. So I decided to just stick with what was there on Google Maps and what was there on Street View, and do the same for this. Yeah, this area this is one of my favorite areas so far until I continue the route some more and start, building that way. But I mean, what I'm doing here doesn't come close to what the original Donner Pass route had. It's just so different, completely redone, and I'm just proud to have really made it look, I think, as close to the real world as possible. So it's been a fun area to work on, and then this little bit here just kind of seals the deal, really, just adding some shrubs, and you guys with some lower computer specs might be screaming right now because you don't want to see this many scenery assets being placed. I just went ham, you can see. It's such a weird area because that's a casino right there, and it's right by the tracks, and it's such a weird place for a casino. But when I went on Street View, it looked like they tried to keep a lot of the trees and a lot of the shrubs, I think, as just a sound barrier, really, for the casino and the hotel or whatever that might be in that area. So I mean, it's just one line of trees, and shrubs, but like I said, it's a lot, as you can see here as I fast forward a little bit. But yeah, hopefully it won't kill people's frames and things like that. But yeah, that's going to be it for this episode. It's a really short one, again, because I'm just working on this little area. But yeah, we're coming close to episode 10, which is going to be the next episode. And I was expecting episode 10 to be a special, but we'll see what we'll do for that. Again, that's going to be it from me. Thanks again for watching. Enjoy the cinematics at the end, and I'll see you guys in the next episode.